Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Well, today we are going to review the newest Sword Art Online game this year, Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream. I was super duper hyped about this game when it was first revealed. I was obviously kinda confused, like, oh what, we're getting another Sword Art Online game already after Last Recollection? I was not that hyped back then because after Last Recollection, I just don't have any hope. But this time, it's not continuing the game first, but instead, it's starting off in a universe where it's from the anime, basically. So yeah, after Kirito ended the whole War of Underworld arc, he immediately. Well, this is basically the game. This is the continuation of the anime, basically. Although this is not canon to the actual anime series, so. Yeah, this is its own thing, and yeah, I was very hype about it because Dimps is back, the studio who make Fatal Bullet, and well, as for the people who enjoyed Fatal Bullet, I have a feeling you're gonna enjoy this one too, because this is by far my favorite Sword Art Online game, and here's why. Because I'm gonna review not everything, but just a few parts of it. It is not gonna be an ultimate review or anything. I just wanna mention a few stuff, and I will elaborate on why I like and why I don't quite like it. So yeah, I will break it down to 5 parts like Last Recollection, which is gameplay, graphics, features, into one, and then we have story, and then we have the online or multiplayer mode, and then we have the music, and then we have the conclusion. So yeah, if you guys want to see the time lapse, you can just check on the description there, or maybe at the red bar on the down here. I don't know, but yeah, enjoy this video because we're gonna start right now. Right, starting off with gameplay, graphics, and features section. Okay, but we're gonna go with graphics and features later. They are a bit short, but we're gonna go with the gameplay first. And I can tell you already, it is very fun. Not only every characters have different movesets, but they have different set of skills, unique skills, and ultimate as well. Not only that, there's more, but I don't quite remember because I'm not playing the game right now. But yeah, this is by far the best Sword Art Online game to have a really good gameplay, because playing for example, Alicization Licorice, or maybe Last Recollection, or maybe the older one, except Hollow Realization, in my opinion, they just have brain dead. Not, I wouldn't say brain dead, but a very generic gameplay where you just mash square the same button all the time, except maybe Licorice has some twist in it. Obviously the enemies are more interactive, so you just don't have to press square. This is mainly a big complaint for Last Recollection, because you're just basically spamming the same button, not even moving your character, not even dodging. You're just pressing the same button, do the skills, and wait until the enemy's dead. It's gonna be long because the enemy has a lot of health, so good luck on that. But this time around, the gameplay is really fun. Every single character literally have their own movesets. It is very crazy how it take us this long to finally have characters with each own moveset. And then we also have the unique skills, which is the L1 button, or what's it called, special skill, I don't really remember. But yeah, each character also have a different unique skill. For example, Kirito, if you use it, it basically buffs Kirito in damage, I think healing as well, and defense. I don't really quite remember. I don't use Kirito that much, but mainly I use AG. For example, AG, if you use the unique skill, he would increase in speed, in damage as well, and he would have an auto dodge at some point. If you don't move and got hit by an attack, it will auto dodge as well. That's pretty good. And then, for example, we have Yu-Gi-Oh, where he uses his enhanced armament and buffs his weapon. his blue rose sword and use the and then once you use the unique skill, every single Yu-Gi-Oh skill will have a different, not different, I mean like it will have a bigger impact, like more ice and all that with bigger damage. Basically every single character has its own unique skills, and it's pretty cool. The ultimate, obviously everyone has its own different thing, but I think I wouldn't really go deep on that because it's just an ultimate. So yeah, alright. Depends on which class is the specific character. They might have their own traits. Like with Alice, since she is a tank class, she will run quite slow at some point. I mean, not just as a tank, because if you play as Yu-Gi-Oh, he runs pretty slow as well, so it doesn't really specifically because of the tank class. But I don't really quite understand the whole thing. But yeah, obviously because of that, she has a good defense as well, and health, and more health. Or maybe like AG as a rogue, him being super agile with his dodge system is also its own class as well. With, for example, Len as a rogue, the same as AG, they have very flashy dodge systems, and well, each class has its own different thing basically, and more like that too, which is really great. I think since all we have in Licorice is everyone having the same class, I guess, movesets, whatever, as I said before as well. Then after that, we're going to the basic controls. A bit too late for this, I should have started with this, but yeah, the basic control is you just spam square to fulfill the combo, or you press triangle button, or like the heavy attack 3 times, it will do a heavy attack combo. Or maybe you could do a combination combo, which is a combination combo, or I guess that was pretty dumb. But for example, like double square and a triangle, it will deal a different combo and all that. Yeah, I think in my opinion that was one of the best additions in like this game, because you're not just mashing one button, you can do a lot of different variety of attacks with different damages as well. And then if you hold the normal and the heavy attack button, it will initiate a skill attack. You don't have to wait for cooldown, it's like its own thing. For example, Kirito, if you hold the heavy attack button, he will do a sonic whip skill, and you can just keep spamming that because it's not like a standalone skills, unlike, well, for example, its own standalone skill where sometimes you have to wait for a few time with the cooldown. Or maybe the mods, if you have a good mod where it decrease the time of the cooldown, then yeah, that's pretty good as well for your skills. But yeah, I think the combat here with the whole combo variation really adds up a lot with the gameplay, and it's really good. But that's not to say the movement of the characters might be a bit too janky for people who just play the game, because it is very odd whenever you dodge, or the movement is kinda, iffy, I guess. It's not polished yet, I think, in my opinion, but the more you play the game, the more you can master it, and it is quite fun actually. It's not like it's annoying. I don't know what to say, but it's not annoying if you already mastered it. Okay, moving on to the graphics part of this, the first part. God, I should have like divide them, but whatever. The graphics, I wouldn't say much about it because it is basically just an anime graphics. I wouldn't say much, but it is obviously definitely better than Licorice and Last Year Collection, because Dims made this, which means it's basically Fatal Bullet but a way more polished looking graphics, and it looks really nice, especially at the ending sequence of the cutscene. It was really beautiful in my opinion. It looks really good. The character model looks really good as well. Every single detail on the outfit looks perfect, and yeah, in my opinion, the graphics is the best SAO has ever been. But then again, I wouldn't really care that much about graphics in anime games. I think the lowest they can go was like the Last Collection. I wouldn't mind about like the older games because they're just old games, so yeah. But now it's modern, so something like this is forgivable. Alright, moving on to the second part, which is the story of the game. Okay, if you guys buy this game on Nintendo Switch, on Xbox, or on PlayStation, be prepared because you might need the subscription to play online, because if you don't, you're gonna be stuck with this very fast, short, and kinda mediocre story, if I have to say. From that itself, from the statement I said earlier, I would expect you guys to know that the story is not the best. I would still stick to the guns, which is Last Collection, in my opinion, has the best written story out of all SAO games. Although I don't think it has the best like new character story. Like for example, what's it called? I forgot her name, Dorothy. I don't think Dorothy is the best new written main character, but I think she is very likable, which makes the story really good as well and bearable to enjoy with a very clunky and very bad game. But yeah, for this game though, the story is very generic. Oh my god, even the new characters, they don't add that much in it as well. They barely appear in the game. They're just there, and whenever they're not there, it's just like, oh, the characters from SAO, they meet, you know, for example, like the dead meet the one that they never met before, and they have like this cool conversation. It's like a fan service. Basically, this whole game is a fan service because obviously you want to see, like, for example, Kirito talk with Heathcliff again, or Def Gun talks with Xenon again. Again, every single thing about this game is a fan service, which I don't mind. I don't mind, you guys, because I think this is what SAO fans need right now after Last Collection, which is like a game where SAO fans can enjoy, whether it's like the Gameverse fans or a new SAO fan or an actual just casual SAO fans can enjoy. This is the game, I think, in my opinion, that can really fit. But yeah, let's dive in the story. The story is basically Kirito and and his friends playing Alfheim Online, or the new game Galaxia. I forgot the whole lore. But yeah, Galaxia, which basically a lot of characters lose their memories, and they need to find their memory fragments through like an event or a moment where they can just it will trigger them to remember. I don't really quite remember the story. I think my fragments is missing as well. But yeah, it is basically a generic story where, oh, we have to find a way how to like solve this issue. Oh, what, the villain is apparently there, but they are also clueless as to why, and there's as to why they're there, as to why they're still alive. So they work together with Kirito and his friends, and yeah, it's just like, oh, let's find out what happened. And then the new character appear, which is Fuka and Neji. I was having a very rough time remembering them because they are not memorable whatsoever, bro. Fuka and Neji are like both what would I say, like one of Neji was like an AI, I think, while Fuka is like the real human tester for this game. I don't really remember. I'm so sorry. I'm doing a bad review right now. But what I'm trying to say is like the Fuka and Neji is the new character, and I think they don't really add a whole lot of purpose in this game. Yeah, I cannot really say much about Fuka and Neji apart from spoilers, but I cannot really say it that much. I want this to be as spoiler-free as possible. And yeah, like there's nothing much to say because they don't appear that much aside from like Neji, where she's just there, you know, scared, while Fuka is there very positive, trying to protect Neji, well, adventuring with Kirito, finding out what's happening and all that. That's it. Like, there's nothing deep with their characters. Not maybe there is some moments, but I cannot really say it, obviously for spoiler reasons as well. But yeah, that's as far as I can say. But then again, it is okay, I guess. I don't really care, because at the whole time I was playing this game, I was just focusing on every single original, not original, like the OG, I guess the OG SAO characters rather than the new characters, because their dialogues, their characters, in my opinion, in this game has been written very well. Especially Kirito, he's very good here in this game. Unlike Last Recollection, when he's very, very, very dumb and stupid. I don't really know why, but they really nailed it with everyone here, I think. Like, Klein was pretty good as well. When he was meeting AG, he's just acting like a real human, you know. Like, the writing is really, really good. And yeah, I think for the characters, they did pretty well, except for like the new characters, Neji and Fuka. And I am certainly cannot say for the same to Gabriel, Miller, or Vecta. As we know, he is the villain from like the Alicization arc in the War of Underworld arc as well. He is the villain where he is basically a psychopath who wants to kill people to know what their souls taste like. And in my opinion, he's not a good he's not a good villain, man. But you know, you always hear me babbling about Gabriel in like Last Recollection, or maybe at some point around the episode of my like Alicization Licorice, or maybe on Last Recollection, and obviously recently on Fractured Daydream. You will hear me like obsessing over like Gabriel Miller, because in my opinion, Gabriel is such a very cool villain with like a cool aura and all that. I think Gabriel fits perfect as the villain who is evil for the sake of being evil. Doesn't make it good, but I just like him because, you know, I think he's a very cool villain. Obviously, he's not a well-written one. He's pretty trash in this game especially. But there are some moments where I think they do better for Gabriel here than in Last Recollection and in the anime, which is pretty shocking, to be honest, because there is not a lot to add up to this character, but somehow there is some stuff that I can add, that they added, that literally make much more sense. It doesn't really make it that much better, but like there is a reasoning. For example, in the anime, they are very what's it called? It was very faint, I guess. It was not obvious as well what his power is really like, and what this whole soul tasting or the incarnation really is for Gabriel. It's really hard to understand unless you watch like Gamer Turgs, or like if you read the light novels. In the Last Recollection, I think it was elaborate as well, which like, oh, Gabriel was this type of people and all that. I think they did a pretty good job there as well. But this game, they really picture what I think Gabriel was supposed to say, stuff like that in like the anime. For example, I mean, for this game, I think they really capture Gabriel like well, because it is very like easy to understand now, like what his power is, why he can do all this, like what is all this soul tasting and what is this incarnation. I think it's way easier to understand in this game compared to the anime, or maybe Last Recollection, or maybe in the light novels. So yeah, that's the only positive part. But then again, it doesn't really change a lot, because Gabriel at the end of the day is still the same character. But yeah, at the end of the day, I don't really care. I like Gabriel. I am pretty biased towards him, so I kind of enjoyed his whole the whole time he was on scene. But I understand as well if people hated him as a character as well, because he is just not a good character. You can bring, like, for example, bring back Visago, or maybe if Visago was the main villain, I think it will add more personality to this whole situation rather than what's it called, Gabriel, which is just a very boring one in my opinion. But then again, that's just my opinion. You know, people can have different opinions themselves. So yeah, moving on. We got online and multiplayer this time around. So Sword Online Fractured Daydream is very focused on the online perspective, on the online parts. It is obvious because they have been like promoting this whole 20-player thing on one match, which is crazy. They can pull that off. Yeah, like the story was only like 6 hours as well, or maybe even lower. So you know for a fact they don't really focus that much on the story. There is DLC which I haven't played, so I will not talk about it. But yeah, I think it's really obvious that they're focusing on the online. So yeah, how is it? And in my opinion, I think they really nailed it out of the park. I think they really did well with the online multiplayer. Like there are like 3, I think, or there are 4 modes right now. One of them being kind of random, but which is one of them. It's like a quest where you defeat enemies, you progress to checkpoints, and then you move, and then you teleport to a bigger area. You defeat enemies, you defeat a mini boss, and then you move to a different area with more people. And then after that, you do this objective together to open a portal to the boss room. And then after that, you beat the boss together. I think that is a very, very fun game mode where you can just roam around in this area, find chests, find items, find like good mods for your character, build your character, level up your character, fight enemies, and then yeah, it is pretty fun as a quest. You know, there are different variation of maps. Not all the maps are filled with like players though, because in order for you to play like more maps, you need to have a higher player rank, which probably most people don't have yet. But right now, I mean, I can obviously tell you that there should be at least like a lot of people in the higher ranks, because it's enough time where people just level up to level 100 already. Right now, for me, my player rank is like 53. I don't play that much game anymore since I'm pretty stuck with like university. So yeah, I think it is pretty good now to start whenever you are. And yeah, and then after that we have boss raids, which, well, as it says, boss raids, you just pick a character and then you're in the in an arena with a big boss with 20 players, and then you defeat enemies, attack the boss, and you just keep fighting the boss. That's basically it. That's what I'm playing the most right now, because for quest mode, I think it's time consuming in my opinion. Like you can finish that around 15 minutes or 12 minutes maybe. For boss raids, you can finish it from 8, probably 10 minutes maximum. And yeah, right now, especially for people like me who's pretty busy, boss raids is the way to go, because you don't really waste that much time. And after that, we have the last one, which is the free roam. I mean, the free roam as of now is just Alfheim Online and the GGO place. It is okay, like whenever you want to practice, or maybe you want to find like good items, good, like a lot of money, you can just roam around. There are players there as well, you can meet them eventually. But I just hope that there is no like timer because you can only do free roam for an hour, which is fine, I guess. Like not a lot of people will stick to the free roam for an hour maybe, but yeah, so far I'd say like free roam is just an okay mode where you can just, you know, chill there while talking to friends or something like that, right? So far the online is very good. It is still pretty crowded as of now. Obviously, the online, the people who still playing this game is going down like slowly from like 3,000 a day to right now around 1,000 maybe. The highest or it's lower now. Maybe I don't really remember. I haven't checked. But even so, that is just for Steam. This game is like crossplay, so there is the Nintendo part, there's the PlayStation, there's the Xbox part. So you don't have to worry. There's gonna be a lot of players eventually that can join you and play together. So you're not playing with AI and all that. And for example, you are having a difficulty to find players in the matchmaking. Try to switch servers. Maybe you're in Europe servers, and at that time maybe there's not much people playing. You can move to Asia server, because Asia server is usually pretty packed, and there's a lot of players there as well. So you can just hop that and enjoy the game. Sure, maybe connection might be an issue, but it's something at least. But yeah, overall I think the online is really good for the game like this. I am hoping they're gonna add more on more modes, like I don't know what it is, basically just PvP. Maybe put that in, and put like more big bosses or whatever. Like I hope they keep on adding stuff, because if they don't, people will get bored of it, people will get tired, and there will be no more to play anymore, because like it won't be as addicting anymore. Because at this point, more people will just play the online for grinding to get like the items they want, the cosmetics they want, the accessories they want, and yeah, that's about it. Like I hope they add more stuff into it so people can continue to play this game and won't let it die. Because right now, this game, what makes this game playable is the online, because the story is not worth that much. It's just not open world as well. It's like mission based. It's like Devil May Cry, where you go one by one. Sure, it can be fun, but yeah, if the online is dead, there's basically no reason for you to play this game or to buy this game with the price they have right now. Sure, maybe $20 will be the best if you want to experience the story. Alright, moving on. We're going to music. I wouldn't really talk much about the music because I didn't prepare that much here, but the music in this game is phenomenal, bro. Let me like just show you like some of the fights with the very good boss music. One of them being the Kraken. The Kraken was such a cool music, man. It was really nice to hear. The whole time I was like listening the music while fighting the Kraken. It was really fun. And then we have Gabriel, the three version, Gabriel Miller version, the Angel of Death, and the 100 boss music. They're really good as well, especially in my opinion. Gabriel Miller and the Angel of Death, they're pretty cool. The last one is a bit okay, I guess, but it's not the best. But yeah, so far the music in this game is amazing, man. Somehow, like, I never really enjoyed the music in SAO in the game, for example, like Alicization, Licorice, or Laser Collection, because they're pretty boring, I would say. Like, it's not good, like it's not powerful. There's no adrenaline to it whenever you fight. Sure, there are some, especially Licorice. The first time you fight Administrator with that music, I think that was the only time where Licorice did a good job with the music, because it's pretty cool. And Lasher Collection, I think the only time they do well was the fight with Visago. I think that's the only time where the music was different and was pretty good as well. And yeah, that's about it. Like, there's not much into it. There's obviously the older game, Fatal Bullet, is pretty much just okay. I wouldn't really bribe about it too much. There are obviously very good songs, especially some of the boss fight from the DLC. They're pretty good as well from Fatal Bullet. And then I don't really quite remember the older games, so I wouldn't really talk that much. But yeah, I just hope just one day, if there was another SAO game that can bring Yuki Kajiura into this and create the usual Sword Art Online music, put like a Swordland in it, it will sound so good. But I know that chance is slim for whatever reason. I don't really know. But yeah, so far the music and Fractured Daydream is really good. I don't think anyone really cares about this category, but I will just give it. I'll just put it here. Alright, the conclusion. We are finally here. It was a long video, but yeah, so what do I think of Fractured Daydream? I have said it in the end of the episode as well. Fractured Daydream is by far the best Sora Online game to ever release. Sure, the story might be mediocre. Sure, some of it are a bit janky. Sure, like the price tag is a bit too much, where you have like what's it called, micro transactions as well, and like battle pass, and then you have the game, which is like around $60 to $70, which is a bit too outrageous for an online game. You know, like I understand all that, but like so far as a game itself, SAO Fractured Daydream is the best SAO game to date right now. It is crazy how they can pull this off, because after Last Year Collection, I don't have hope that they can make it again. Even when Dibs announced that it was them who's making this new game, I was not that, you know, optimistic, but I was pretty hyped because obviously the whole Fatal Bullet gameplay was pretty fun. But yeah, like so far, it is very, very good. Like the DLC sure is out. I haven't played it. There are quite a few people who liked it. There are a lot of people who enjoy playing Estrella, but I wouldn't really buy the DLC yet because I think it's not worth it from what I've heard. So yeah, although as an online game, again, like there are still players, so even if you play the game now, you can still enjoy it. As an SAO fan, SAO casual fan, a hardcore fan, a gamers fan, or maybe a new player who never played SAO or even watch SAO, can still enjoy this game, because people keep comparing this game with Grand Blue Fantasy Link. I forgot which one it is, but yeah, I understand the comparison. If I were you, like if you're confused whether to pick Fractured Daydream or Relink with the amount of money you have, I would rather you to choose Relink, because Relink is a full package with a good story, with a okay story, and a very, very good game overall. Well, Fractured Daydream, in my opinion, leads more towards its fans. So yeah, you don't really need to play this game, but it is really fun. So I hope you play this game as well. Yeah, so far I really enjoy this game better than any other SEO games. I will definitely keep playing this game for quite a long time now. I will wait for more future DLC, future boss fights, and I hope you guys do as well. So yeah, what do I think about this game? I think it's amazing. I think it's a solid 9 out of 10. I know. That's pretty high. I know that's pretty high. But as an SAO fan, I might be a bit biased, but it's a 9 out of 10. For like maybe casual gamers, for like people who's not into this much, I think I would give it a really good 8 out of 10. But yeah, there are still a lot of problems, and you know, it's something they need to work on. But so far, I love this game. I don't really care much if they will fix it or not, because I think it is an okay package already. So yeah, a 9 out of 10 for Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream. Do you have to buy it? Do you should buy it? I would say buy it when it's on sale, because I still don't think the price is worth the game right now. It's not it just yet. It's not because like the game is bad or anything, but I think, you know, with that price tag, it's an online game with battle pass, so I just suggest you to wait for a sale. Or maybe if you're a hardcore one where you can't wait to play this game, then buy it. You know, you wouldn't regret it. Maybe you will a bit, but like you wouldn't regret it as much as you will with Last Year Collection or maybe the game before. So yep, Fractured Daydream is a really good game. You guys have to buy it. Sorry, like I'm not really used to like reviewing games like this. I don't have a script here. I really have no script, so I'm just babbling like a fucking madman here. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it like and subscribe. I know it took a long time for me to make this video. It's already a month, I think. I'm so sorry, but I'm pretty busy right now. So yeah, there won't be a lot of videos coming out soon. So yeah, again, give it like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on to the next one. Thank you.